Tomasulo. I'm a psychologist and psychodramatist and a writer. I went through a really rough, traumatic time in my life, and I was really kind of lost. My best friend was a positive psychologist, and he said, "Oh, you know, they're having the first International Positive Psychology Association meeting in Philly, and it's Martin Seligman and blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "I'm miserable, and I'd like to stay miserable for as long as possible, thank you." I got to the conference, and I saw what these guys were doing. The research was awesome. And I had the equivalent of like a religious conversion. It was very cool. I had to come and learn this. And so I applied and I got in, and then found out I was the first psychologist and psychodramatist they let into the program. And that kind of blew my mind. I got to publish my my capstone right away. I graduated like in September and was published by December, so that like kind of was a boost. Marty asking me to join, you know, the MAP community, you know, now as an assistant instructor was very exciting. In mental health, there was really only a few people. Tayyab Rashid and Marty were doing this really cool research and applying these positive interventions for the mental health community. I just started talking about that, and then that just blossomed because people weren't talking about it, not in the United States anyway. That really took off. And then earlier this year, I became director of the Open Center's New York Certificate in Applied Positive Psychology. I can say without a doubt that the MAP program was transformative. Like I said, all the other academic stuff was just, you know, interesting, but this was a transformative experience. It really doesn't matter if it's a class or clients or a keynote. The idea is that I can speak about this from the inside out. Yeah, I can put up charts and diagrams and numbers about how it works, but you know, my hope is that other people get inspired. My daughter's a poet, right? She wanted nothing to do with psychology, so she has a doctorate, and she's all like that. And she's sick and tired of me like talking about the MAP program. So finally, she decided she's going to apply next year. So it's like that's the legacy, you know, get that energy going. So that should be pretty cool.